Trails is designed by Henry Audubon and published by Keymaster Games. Greetings, I'm Anthony Prenti. Let's learn how to play Trails. In Trails, players will be moving their hikers back and forth along, you guessed it, a trail. Players will collect resources and turn them in to collect badges in this 2 to 4 player resource management game. So let's go over the setup now. First, randomly place 5 trail sites in the center of the table on the day side. Then, place the rocks, leaves, and acorns below their matching trail tiles to form a supply. Place the bird trophy nearby. Next, place the trail head and trail end tiles on each side of the trail as shown. Make sure you have them flipped to the correct side for your number of players. Shuffle the badge deck and place it nearby. Draw and reveal 2 badges for each side of the trail. Each player also receives 1 badge card to go in their hand. This is kept secret. Shuffle the photo deck and place it below its trail tile. Place the sun token above the rightmost icon on the sun track. Place the wildlife bear in the center of the trail and the corresponding die nearby. Give each player a hiker and canteen in matching colors and 1 of each type of resource from the supply. Randomly determine the start player. For a 4-player game, the start player and the player on their left in clockwise order place their hikers on the far right side of the trail facing left. The other 2 players place their hikers on the far left side of the trail facing right. In a 2 or 3-player game, all players place their hikers on the far left side of the trail facing right. And that's the setup. Let's get hiking. Players will take turns going clockwise around the table. On a player's turn, they will move their hiker along the trail in the direction they are facing either 1 or 2 spaces. Then, take the action listed at the bottom of the tile you landed on. Note that these tiles will be flipped throughout the game, revealing new and stronger actions. Let's go over all of the actions now. If you land on one of the 3 resource spaces, take the corresponding resource listed. 1 on the daytime side and 2 on the nighttime side. If a player ever ends their turn with more than 8 total resources, they must return resources to the supply until they have 8. If you land on this space, you may exchange 1 resource for 2 of a different resource. At night, you may exchange 1 resource for 1 each of the other 2 resources. If you land on this space, you may spend 1 of any resource to take a photo action. At night, you don't have to spend the resource. When you take a photo action, either draw 2 cards from the photo deck, discarding 1 face up and keeping the other, or take the top card of the discard pile. Keep your photo secret until the end of the game. When a hiker reaches the far right side of the trail, they first turn around. Then gain the sun bonus. The sun bonus is whatever the sun is currently pointing at. In this case, a rock. Then move the sun over 1 space. When the sun is over a trail space, you would take the action listed there. When the sun moves off of a trail space, flip the tile to its nighttime side. Finally, after moving the sun, the player may now claim badges either from this side of the trail or from their hand. You can claim 1, 2, or all 3 badges. To earn a badge, pay the resources listed here by returning them to the supply. If you land on a space occupied by the wildlife bear, roll the corresponding die. Whatever it lands on, move the bear to that spot on the board and take the action listed. If you roll the bear symbol, decide where you move the bear and what action to take. You can even choose to not move the bear and take the action of the space you landed on again. So to recap, on your turn, move 1 or 2 spaces and take the action listed on your space. If you make it to the end of the trail, you may acquire badges. Each player is also equipped with a canteen, which can be spent by flipping it over. This allows them to move any number of spaces in the direction their hiker is facing. Once you make it back to the start of the trail, flip your hiker around, refresh your canteen, and claim badges on this side of the trail or from your hand. The game ends when a player reaches the far right side of the trail and the sun is on the far left side of the trail. When this happens, the player takes the sun token and gets a free photo action. Then every other player gets 1 more turn. To score, everyone first counts all of these bird symbols on all of their photos and badges. The player with the most birds gets the bird trophy and is awarded 4 points. If there is a tie, all tied players get the 4 points. Finally, everyone counts their points on all photos and badges. The player with the most points wins. In the case of a tie, the player with the most badges wins. If there's still a tie, the player with the most photos wins. If there's still a tie, the player with the most birds wins. And if there's still a tie after all of that, players share the victory. And that's how to play Trails. Thanks for watching.